One of the things that I'm taking away, Dr. Law starts with, we are not separate from soil. And the fate of humans is inextricably linked to the fate of soil. And neither are we separate from one another. So Dr. Gardner reminds us community is more than individual parts, building community through food, that eating is not separate from producing, and the concerns, we cannot separate them. And then Dr. Cox, building community sovereignty through knowledge and access to knowledge, and that technology is not separate from us. And together, all of this just suggests that we need to get away from binary thinking and from the either or, and rather get to hybridity and both and complexity, togetherness.
I encourage everybody, as a point of discussion, maybe for the Q&A or among yourselves, to think about how can we move forward and being intersectional while doing this. Just to give you an example, in my conversations with colleagues regarding how to move forward with Columbus, for example, it came up the idea of well, if we're so concerned about heat, we should also be looking at hospitalization data, right, of heat-related medical emergencies. But then from there, I also had the perspective of a colleague who mentioned, well, that data is biased because a lot of minority and low-income residents and people without insurance are not gonna go get that medical help. They might be relying on different programs. So just thinking that way and ensuring that we're not forgetting or being blinded by our own positions of power and our privilege when we're doing this kind of work.
And the intense confrontation with a local USDA loan officer nearly ended in a physical fight.
That's why I'm operating on the USDA loan officer. It's that I just lost him. I literally wondered what was that. He said, "We don't know how to talk."
And so with agriculture, there's inherently a creative piece to it. I think the creativity comes in the connections that you have to basically foster with not only the land, but the people around you. I think that as I am thinking of what I am planning, me, it's always gotta be about the aesthetics piece, how things go. So when we think about companion planting and things like that, that design, that's a masterful design. So when you think about even Three Sisters Gardens and the symbiotic piece of how they work together, that's art in that, you know what I mean? And even when you see it aesthetically, it makes sense. It looks beautiful just looking at it. And so I think that naturally made me see agriculture has an inherent creativity in it, and within that creativity, there's an artistic component.